Hiya, it's Amanda here from Lolli Lulu Crafts, and today I have yet another haul video for you. I don't know what's happening, it's all just sort of coming at one time, but I'm hoping you'll forgive me because this is Merry Christmas courtesy of Sue Wilson. So Sue Wilson has launched her Christmas collection, and as always Sue Wilson's dies are stunning. And then on top of that, it was ordered separately, but it all came in similar within a day of each other, so I'm combining it because they're both creative expressions. The Phil Martin second half of the Carnival Colours collection has also been released, plus of course I can't resist and I ordered a few other bits as well while I was ordering the Phil Martin. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to split this into two videos, because I know that some of you will want to see the Sue stuff and some of you will want to see the Phil Martin creative expressions things. So I will put them on the same video, on the same blog post, but I will split them into two videos so you can choose which one you want to watch, or both, as you like. So I am going to, on this video, do the Sue Wilson. Okay, so starting off here, I've got two dies that are sort of you kind of traditional Sue Wilson type of die with the beautiful lattice, that lovely unusual different sort of shapes and matte and layering type dies. So we've got here Festive Collection Holly Lattice Frame, and that consists of 5 dies. So you've got an outer die with a lovely stitched border, which, as you know, I've had a bit of a kind of campaign going about having some stitched borders and stitched dies going on, so I'm happy to see that. I'm excited to see that, and I did pass on that you guys also wanted to see that, so you never know, we might have influenced things. So then you've got an inner, just more sort of simple line, but simple is obviously always a wrong word for Sue. Then we've got the beautiful lattice or filigree, whatever the word is, I guess that's lattice in the middle, but the lovely filigree type pattern, and then another single cut line shape. So this would match very nicely with this one here, and also with the outside one. It's just the outside one's got stitch lines, and then you've got the lovely lattice center. So that is your Holly lattice frame. So then I've got the Frames and Tags collection Noel frame. I think this is stunning, and also just to say, there was, I mean, I got a fair selection of it, but there was still more. I didn't get 100% of everything that was available, but I did get a good chunk, but it's always hard to resist, isn't it, with Sue? So then I've got here 4 dies. I think this is beautiful shape, and we've got this outside frame, a beautiful sort of train track die there, then another inner frame, and I suspect that these would sit with this, so you put these together and you'll sort of, and if you've got some of the others that would probably, I think there was some more that were this kind of shape, then they would probably all sit together to make a nice sort of nesting sort of die. And then you've got this beautiful centerpiece here, which is absolutely gorgeous. So that's your Noel. So then we have here Festive Collection Snowflake, looped snowflake frame. I just thought it was really pretty actually, and I think if you didn't put the middle piece in, you wouldn't necessarily have to have that as a snowflake, to be honest. I think it's really, really nice. That consists of 5 dies. So you've got the outside piece again with some stitching type lines on the inside of that, then a circle, then your circular, that piece there, which has got lots of tiny little circles, then another circle die, and then you've got your snowflake. So that's great because that's completely separate and you can use that just as it is, which is fun. Nice accent piece. So then we've got Festive Collection Radiating Star. Now there was more than 1 star, I think there was 2, and with this, if you wanted, you could get the treat cups in a star shape. So I did do that because I thought that would be so fun for Christmas to create. either something with the little candies in, or even just obviously glitters and stuff. I mean, if you can't do glitter at Christmas, when can you do glitter? So the treat cups are a pack of 6, so that's really great. And then, as I say, going back to the die, we've got 4 dies. So we've got the outside, it's quite a soft star, which is nice. Then you've got that lovely sort of train track and then another star which is a little bit more pointy, so you get both there, and then you get your radiating centerpiece there. So that's that one. And then I have got here, I think I've always loved things like this. This is your Woodland collection, birch tree forest. I mean, that just is Christmassy, isn't it? If you snow that up with lovely crystal ice, glitter and stuff, I think that's great. Obviously it's 1 die. It's probably about A6, so probably 4 by 6, something like, or 4 by 6. So really nice, and a lot of detail in there. So, and some embossing pieces as well. So that will be great to run through. And then I've got here Festive Collection Frosty Frame. Again, I just thought this is fab. I love this with the stars. I do like stars actually, and that mix of the snowflakes I thought was great. We've got 4 dies here. Again, stitching. I'm liking this theme that's going on here. So we've got the lovely snowflake with the stitching line on the inside of that snowflake frame. Then we've got a plain cut line rectangle. Then we've got an oval snowflake star frame. Then we've got a oval with your stitched line on there as well, if you can just catch that. So I'm really liking all this stitching that's coming out. Okay, and then I've got here, we've got a gorgeous Festive Collection lattice ribbon. I love lattice. There was some more in this sort of styling, sort of striplet type style. This is just 1 single die again, so literally, and it can be extended because there's no finish, so you can repeat that. So if you want to do it for scrapbooking or whatever, that would work. And there's no reason that this has to be Christmas to me. There's nothing that sort of absolutely makes it Christmas. And if you have the patience, can you imagine putting tiny little gems on each of those little cross points? How amazing and pretty would that look? So then we've got here what I guess is kind of similar to the Geminis, or there was another name for them as well, I think, not Geminis, something else. Anyway, I've got 2 of them. This is, oh, edges, there we go, it's on there. So I've got Festive Collection Snowflake Edger and then Garland Edger. So taking a look at the Snowflake Edger, I mean, it's just gorgeous. You've got 4 dies, so you've got the, in fact I'm going to have to look at them. You've got the gorgeous sort of snow edge there. Then you've got this lovely star piece here that's got those 2 edges to it. Then you've just got a single cut line, which is great because you do need that if you want to create it as a border piece. And then you've got your snowflakes there. So basically you can take one of these, say like this snowflake here, and you could put it on the edge of your card and your card can just keep going. Or you could use the single line and you can cut it just at there or after an inch to create a knit ribbon, however you want it to be really. And the same with all of them. But also don't forget you can back to back them, so you could have the stars on reverse here behind the snowflakes. So you know, you've got that option. So that is your snowflake edger. And then add more detail to your garland edger. I think this is absolutely beautiful actually. I really like this. Again, I don't think this is exclusively Christmas, to be honest. I think you could do this in all sorts. So you've got here this beautiful sort of garland and then a lovely centerpiece. So this is 3 dies, and then you've got this lovely bubble circle edge there. There's no straight cut line on this, but you've got it if you get the other one. But also, to be honest, you can easily just use your trimmer. That's the word. so you know it's not a big deal. So that's 3 dies, and that's your garland edger. Then next I have got this stained glass, Festive Collection stained glass robin. Again, there was another one in this released, but I just thought the robin in the stained glass design it's almost made for it, isn't it? And I just think this is going to be absolutely stunning. So this is a single die. I would say it's about 4 by 6 looking at it. I mean, I'm only guesstimating because it's got it in centimetres, but I don't really work in centimetres. But if you do, it's 10.7 by 8.4. And I just think this is going to be absolutely gorgeous, and I can really see some great ideas, and I can't wait to see what you guys do with something like this as well. So that is that one. Then we have the Festive Collection Holly Swirl. You can't really go wrong with these from Sue, can you? They just make great accents to your flowers, or your, you know, your poinsettia designs, or whatever that you're going to use as your accents, or just as they are, you know, as a element down the side or whatever. Just great. I love them. And just having that little piece of holly on there. And actually, if you think about it, if you look at where they're positioned, if you don't want to use this as a Christmas, you can easily just snip, snip and snip, and then you've just got a beautiful swirl that's no longer holly swirl, but just a swirl. So the next one I've got is the Berry Bough, which is again Festive Collection, and they're just wee little accent pieces, and I just think they're really sweet. And again, depending on the colours you use, I don't see why these need to be Christmas. I mean, they look obviously like your little holly berries or even mistletoe berries, but you don't have to use them for that. But they're really, really sweet, and I like the fact that they're a little bit smaller, because sometimes you want those different dimensions, so I think that's really cute. And then finally, I actually purchased 2 of the sentiment dies. I don't always go for dies and sentiments. I don't know why, because I actually really like them. So I've got here the Festive Collection, again, Merry and Bright, and Let It Snow, Snowflakes. I guess it's kind of obvious which is which. And single dies on both of those. And then the final thing I've got here is some stamps for you. So we've got here the Christmas Robin and Presents Galore. I absolutely love that one, actually. I really do. I think that's cute as well. So they're a decent size. It does say that that goes with the holly lattice frame, both of those. That one here. So that would sit in there, but also if you cut round your robin with a craft knife, you could then use this inner die to cut this inner piece out, and I may well try and do a video on using this and showing you what I mean, because I think sometimes I mean, if you know, it makes sense, but if you've not done anything like that, it may not make sense verbally, and it's always easier to see it. So if I remember, I will try to do a video using that. And then obviously you've got your presents, which also sit with that. And then finally, I did get the clear stamp set, sentiment stamp set. I just thought that was a really nice set that would go really nicely, and it was as part of the launch, so I figured it was kind of designed to go with a lot of those dies. So I think that's really, really nice. I really like all of those. Okay, so that is my Sue Wilson Christmas release. So I'm really excited that the Christmas is out. It kind of feels like, oh my goodness, Christmas already, but it's boiling outside, but you know, we have to start early, don't we? And I'm really excited as well to see so much of the stitch lines. So I'm thinking that maybe we had a little Cincy influence on things. Maybe we did. Who knows? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed taking a look at this. Don't forget to take a look next at the Creative Expressions Phil Martin release. There's more than just the Phil Martin stuff in there. There's more Creative Expressions things. I will put both videos on the same blog post, so if you're not sure where to go, if you are on YouTube, go to the paragraph below this video, click where it says show more, and you'll see it says corresponding blog post, and there's a link. Click on that and it will have all the information and that second video on there as well. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at this Sue Wilson release, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.